Alright, Modern Lily. Pros and cons. Somebody mentioned Lily in a comment, so we're doing Lily. So first pro. Like so many modern characters, Lily has a one-button DP. And since this is a true DP, you get frame 1 anti-air invincibility. I mentioned this on almost all of the modern videos because lots of characters have DPs and lots of characters get them on one button in modern. In fact, all of them do. But, you know, Lily's one of them. She has a DP. This, from the very moment you press the button, will be completely invincible to any air attack. So that's super duper good for reacting to jump-ins and other things like, you know, Honda Headbutt and whatnot. The second thing is shortcut OD Condor Spire. And you might think, what? Shortcut OD Condor Spire? What do you have to do with that? If you have a windstock, this becomes projectile invincible. I don't know why it doesn't say on the frame meter, but it is projectile invincible. Frame 9, which is also the frame it starts hitting, looks like. But having this on one button means that you can kind of just sit at the mid-range against a character that throws fireballs, kind of like Ingrid here. And if she throws one, you can just do your down special while holding the auto button. And you get your EX Condor Spire. And since they patched it recently, you can like change the range on it too. Not that that super matters for punishing fireballs, but you want to do the down forward version to get the most range. And you can just go through whatever they're throwing at you. And it's just that much faster because it's one button instead of doing a quarter circle. Next thing I want to talk about is shortcut command grab. This isn't super useful. It won't come up a ton, but if you're in a situation where, say, there's a 5-frame gap for like getting DI'd in the corner, right? It's like somebody is a normal into a DI, you're in burnout, and there's a 5-frame gap. A lot of characters, they just get to press throw, and because it's 5 frames, you throw through the armor because grabs break armor, and you can just use a grab to get out of that situation. Command grab characters with 5-frame command grabs could also use their command grab in that situation, but because the command grab input takes a while, right? Like see me doing it here, it takes a couple of frames to get through the, not a couple, it takes more than a couple, it takes a while to get through the whole command grab input. Just doing your neutral special on reaction to something like that, because there are points whenever you need to use a grab on reaction, and a command grab on reaction, you know, can work as well. So having a one-button command grab is situationally useful. It's nothing crazy. I'm not going to pretend like it's a huge deal, but there are situations where having a one-button command grab can come in handy. All right, next is Lily's shortcut supers. And the thing with Lily's shortcut supers is they are all invincible, right? So your level 1 is your standard level 1. Maybe it's a bit slow, it's 10 frames, but it's fully invincible except projectiles. Level 2 is actually fully invincible, goes through everything, 9 frames. And then level 3, fully invincible, 7 frames. So having an invincible one-button option is very useful, because you can, you know, you can go through DIs, you can go through like somebody doing a forward advancing attack on you, like say, you know, Honda Headbutt, like I already mentioned. Just keep in mind that since level 3 is a grab, it won't hit things in the air, but the other two will. So like, you know, if you try to do this in reaction to like a Blanca Ball or Honda Headbutt or whatever, this won't work. But the other two will because they are not grabs. And just having an invincible move on one button is super useful. And another thing with the SA2 specifically, if you are dealing with somebody jumping at you, the SA2 goes really high in the air and it's invincible. So it's basically like a pseudo DP. And since Lily, you know, her EX DP doesn't actually get full invincibility, you know, it's, as you can see there, that's just normal startup frames. It is still air invincible, like the normal DP, but it's not like full strike invincible. Having the level 2 with its, it's decently fast, 9 frames. Actually, that's not that fast, but it's your like more, it's kind of your EXDP, so to speak. And having it on one button means it can still anti your things very well, and you still get a good chunk of damage off of that. All right, now let's get into Lily's auto combos, which I said in the last video, Guile has probably the best suite of auto combos, but Lily is also up there. Her auto combos are kind of crazy. So let me set the CPU to block here. Her light auto combo, like so many of them in the game, is 2 light attacks into a special, right? But on block, even if you keep pressing the button, you will not do the special. And by the way, the special is OD Condor Spire, which is one of the few light auto combos in the game that spends drive. There aren't a ton of these, but this one does it. I kind of wish it didn't, honestly, because DP also works. Like you can do these 2 normals into DP. I'm just inputting this on my own. It's not the auto combo. But it goes into Condor Spire. You get some Oki off of that, and if they block, of course, it doesn't happen. And like always, I want to mention that the game checks if this second hit, the crouch jab, the game checks to see if that's blocked. So the crouch light kick doesn't mean anything. Like you'll still do the second hit even if the crouch light kick gets blocked. But the game will actually check if they block the second hit, and will do the follow up whether they get hit or they block it. Next is the medium auto combo, which is this thing here. Crouch medium kick into the OD. What is this move called? I'm just going to call it OD store because it stores a stock. This is probably, well, it's the only auto combo that Lee has that's actually interruptible. So if I go into block here, as you can see, that's a 5-frame gap. So 4 and 5-frame normals can hit you out of that, and a 6-frame normal will trade there. So just keep that in mind. But you can space this out, I think. Yeah, let me see. You can probably space this out to where a normal won't work here. Actually, let me record something real quick and just test that. Okay, so as you can see here, there's actually not really a good way to space this out. If your opponent knows you're going to do this, they can always just hit you out of it. This is Ingrid's stand light kick. It's 5 frames, and I don't think that there's not a spacing that you can hit this at where this will whiff. But if your opponent catches onto this and they start doing like what Ingrid is doing and hitting you out of it, you can always well, hold on. Yeah, see, look, you could do that. You can always whiff punish even a light attack if it's in a situation like this where you're spaced out. Although also this crouch light kick punishes the crouch medium kick from Lily, because that's -5. I don't know if you can't tell, Lily's crouch medium kick, her crouch medium kick is not great. But this auto combo is, I mean, a lot of people aren't pressing crouch or aren't pressing on you doing this. You can get away with this most of the time, and also on drive rush, that is a frame trap. So if you're in the mid range or whatever, you can drive rush, use this auto combo. To be fair, this is 3 bars, 1 for the drive rush and 2 for the OD move, but 5 frames from that range is not punishable. So if Ingrid tries to punish the OD store, I think even point blank, you're not punishing that, which is quite nice. So it is safe on block. And of course, it's not going into the level 2. But if this were to hit, it all combos and goes into the level 2. And because this gives you a win stock, it becomes, or you automatically get the the powered up version of the level 2. So it's always dealing. I mean, this does a big chunk of damage. What's that? 3,200? That's a lot of damage. And it's interruptible if you just do it normally, but if you drive rush, it is no longer interruptible. And realistically, people are not pressing after you doing crouch medium kick. People don't do that most of the time. but there are ways around it even if they do. Alright, and the last auto combo Lily has, and by the way, all three of Lily's auto combos hit confirm themselves, which is kind of crazy, but this last one is the heavy one, which is Crash Heavy Punch into, I think, medium stock. I think that's, yeah, the heavy one knocks down. So it's Crash Heavy Punch, medium stock into level 3, which, I mean, as we'll see here, even without CA, does a big chunk of damage, and spends no drive as well. So, pretty good. And then, of course, on block, you're -8, and you can't go into level 3. This one does not go into level 3, it hit confirmed itself. And -8 at this range, you are not getting punished. Now, full disclosure, -8 at point blank range, you can get punished here. So if you want this to not be punished against someone that knows the matchup, they will be punishing the poorly spaced medium stores. So you can do this from farther out. It'll still work. Like, it'll still go into the level 3 here, and it will still hit. See? Like, it still hits. But you'll want to do this at the farther ranges because, I mean, Crash Heavy Punch is a poke anyway. Like, you're trying to hit this from farther range. But of course, as you saw a little bit ago, if you hit this at like max range, the stock whiffs, and you're -29. So you don't really want that to happen. But there's a range where you can do that. But there's like a sweet spot here where you're safe from the stock getting punished, and you're also, like, you know, getting it to actually hit. And, you know, of course, on hit, you get the full level 3. And with CA, you're getting even more damage on that. So this thing is kind of spammable. Even without the level 3, just Crash Heavy Punch, I mean, Lily is infamous for this normal. This move is crazy. I mean, look at the range on this thing is insane. And just having it automatically go into level 3 is super good for Lily to have. Like, this auto combo, this heavy one, is actually awesome. Alright, now as you can see in the top left corner, we are playing Classic Lily. Because it's the second part of the video where we talk about the cons. Now, of course, Lily has a lot of pros, a lot of good things in Modern, but there are always downsides in this game. So the first one is you cannot, in Modern, you cannot do this move. You cannot do standing medium kick. And standing medium kick is actually pretty important for Lily because it's her, I think, only cancelable, because this isn't cancelable. That's super cancelable. Okay, so her 2 medium kicks are cancelable, but like, look at the range difference. Actually, that goes farther, never mind. But this is 7 frames, and this is 9 frames, and a 7-frame medium, I mean, there are characters with 6-frame mediums, but a 7-frame medium is still pretty fast, and there are combos, I don't know any of the top of my head, not a Lily player, but there are combos and punishes where having a 7-frame medium is very nice to have, and Modern Lily just can't do that. So this move, I mean, it's cancelable. It goes into all of Lily's enders that she would want it to go into, but you cannot do it in Modern. The next one is this standing heavy kick, which it's a good poke, goes decently far, and I think, yeah, it like knocks down a punish counter. I don't think you get a follow up here. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, no, you don't get a follow up, but it goes pretty far. Lilies will use this on occasion. It's decent and neutral, but like, you know, it goes far. I mean, it goes farther than Crash Heavy Punch, which is something. But Crash Heavy Punch just gets so much more reward. And remember, in Modern, Crash Heavy Punch is an auto combo move, so you can hit confirm into your level 3 without like actually doing the hit confirm. So that's something. So missing this stand heavy kick is not a huge deal. And then the last missing normal is this down forward heavy punch, which is Lily's overhead, as you can see in the attack type. Yeah, this is Lily's only overhead, or at least her only grounded overhead. Of course, you know, jump-ins, overheads, whatever. But this is a grounded overhead, +2 on hit, which means on drive rush, you're +6, which means you can get a light. You know, her crouch jab is 6 frames, her stand jab is 5, stand light kick is 4. So you can connect a light after this thing. You can do your crouch jab if you can, you know, be good at the game. Holy moly. There we go. So yeah, you can combo into your lights, and then of course lights can go into whatever enders you have. And yeah, having an overhead is pretty useful, but also if you look at the frame data, this overhead is 25 frame startup. So as far as overheads go, this one is not great, because you can't remember her fastest medium is this 7 frame medium, and so even classic Lily cannot get a medium off this overhead, which most characters can get a medium after their overhead. Lily can't. Lily has to go into lights, and also it's super slow. So not having this overhead, I mean, it kind of sucks because it's like another way to open up people. But you're a grappler, okay? Like you have a command grab. Having this slow overhead is not. I mean, you aren't missing this a ton whenever you're playing Modern Lily. But it's worth mentioning. There are use cases for it, and Modern, you just don't have those. So yeah, that's it. Overall, Lily is, I think, like probably top 5 Modern characters right now. She's super good in Modern because she's only missing 3 normals. She has none of like the shortcut only specials where like she can only do one version of it because she doesn't have that many specials to begin with, so she can input all of them to get the full damage. And of course, 3 auto hit confirms and 3 solid shortcut supers and a DP and the projectile invincible. Like this just goes through projectiles, bro. Like people forget Lee has this, so if you have one win stock and someone's trying to zone you, you can just go through it. And having it on one button means that you don't feel the 9 frame startup as much. I don't know, it's crazy. Modern Lily is super good. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Modern Lily, pretty good. I'll do Zangief next because, you know, there have been comments about Zangief. So Modern Zangief video next. But that's it for now. See ya.